Bang, bang. I wish this show was good. Yes, I wish this show was good.
I wish it was better.
And Knuckles is barely in it. Because he's expensive.
Welcome back to Coming This Summer.
Oh, guys, Knuckles, which I had high hopes for.
In the first 2.5 weeks ago, it dropped, yeah.
The first 2 episodes are probably the best. And then it goes on a steady decline.
I agree. The first 2 episodes are like a special.
This. I want this.
You put those together, you get like 45, 50 minutes of a special. Mm-hmm. And then they were like, we need to make 4 more episodes, guys.
Yeah, and we used all of our budget in the first episode with Sonic and Tails. So what do? Well, make it about Wade. You remember the guy who's Donut Lord's friend, kind of, who barely has a role in the fucking movies?
He's like yeah, Donut Lord's
partner, right?
Almost like forced on it friend, like
we work together.
The old sheriff's son that he had to like hire him because almost. That's the personality. Like I'm stuck with this.
But you barely think of him as a character in those movies.
In the first one, for sure.
Yeah, in the second one, he like points them in the right direction. Right. They like hang out his garage or whatever. Right. Yeah.
The first one has the funny lines where he's like, "I think they know," you know.
Oh, he's just like incompetent, like bumbling idiot guy. Yeah. And then the second one, he has a great with Dr. Stone. He like comes in and like finds it. He's like, "Put it down." And he's like got like a fake gun or whatever.
With the light on the...
Yeah, with his... And he's on his scooter.
He's great in... I can't remember the show I always tell you to watch.
Adam Pally? Something Pally?
Yeah. We're really bad about it.
We know what we're talking about. Yeah. It's the Wade Show. But
no
one would have watched it if it was called
Wade
Whipple.
The Wade
Knuckles and Wade. Wade and Knuckles. And then you follow the Sonic and Knuckles. Like, I saw a comment that was fucking amazing. And it's just... This show is really just and Knuckles. And I'm like, wow, I kind of wish they named it that, like Wade and Knuckles, because it is Wade's show. It's Wade's story and Wade's show, and like Knuckles is just like along for the ride.
You're not wrong.
And it's like first episode he gets kidnapped, and then he's barely in the second episode at all because he's kidnapped.
Can I pause real quick?
Just like in a
second episode, and I'm gonna get this is a little inside baseball, like they say. I'm gonna get a little behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I feel like, and you do a lot more of the animating and stuff. Was that not putting him in a container that blurs everything for 80% of the episode?
I was cutting corners.
That was to save money, right?
That was to save so much fucking money.
Because I'm like,
well, it looks like he's kind of behind a screen a little bit.
We don't have to render him all the way.
We don't have to render him all the way. We just put him behind this filter. And then that we got off Google
I think
Images.
Of you every time when there's some kind of CGI stuff. I'm like, this would be like, Ryan, like, I got an idea.
I got an idea on how to save me so much fucking time. Let's barely put him in the series. And then to the point where a whole episode tells you that they ran out of budget by putting Wade in a Knuckles costume and having to do a musical? Like a rock opera?
The low-key, or the low-budget rock opera.
What the?
Yeah.
Pardon my French, we're getting a little MA for a Knuckles show, but what the fuck were you thinking, man?
It was a weird show.
That was the worst episode. And then you have the guy who's like his rival, who like is in the stretch limo with like, this show is fucking bonkers.
It's a weird show.
This show is fucking bonkers.
It has tone issues for sure.
Yeah, it ebbs and flows throughout the entire.
It's
6
good
episodes.
enough, and it's almost like that's what they went for.
Yeah,
and that's what kind of pissed me off.
But when you get to the finale, and it's like we're jumping, but like who cares?
The middle's just
so meh.
Episode 1 and 2 is great, and then the end is fine.
Yeah,
but you don't really need the middle.
3 episodes.
Yeah,
we could have done.
Yeah,
the first, second, and then the finale. They didn't need the time to set up the villain because they really don't set up the villain.
They don't.
Like this guy, the main villain is what, the collector or whatever, the buyer. The buyer. I'm thinking.
Who's Guardian. The Hound? He likes the one syllable two word names.
Yeah. His setup is like, I want their power, so go get it. And then it's like,
and then they're scared of him, and they tease him, but like he barely shows up. Like, I'm gonna give you another. I know you just told everybody watching that I don't give second chances. I'm gonna kill you instantly.
And
then
give
you a second chance.
And he gets his fucking ass kicked. Like by Knuckles, who has fire fists for some fucking reason, because we set up in the rock opera episode that he tried to get the Flames of Destiny or fucking whatever.
I do appreciate
Dragon.
Christopher Lloyd coming back to do voiceover work.
Pachimachek.
Yeah.
That was a funny bit.
That's
where
a
Wade's
good
like,
bit.
Yeah.
Like, it's weird. The movies balance the kid and adult stuff super well and make it really enjoyable.
The second one, people complained about the wedding.
See,
but I think it's necessary, right? Because they went all out for the budget at the very end. So it's like you needed
because if they didn't make another one, you at least got an over the top
right,
second one.
Right. And you needed that like 20 minutes of we don't have to fucking just delete money from existence.
Yeah, because the whole end is
by having a wedding. Yeah, but this one is like the rock opera episode. Let's start there, right? Because it's like this is clearly like we ran out of fucking money. We used all our money in the beginning, and if we want enough money for the finale, we can't have Knuckles in this episode. But god damn it, bro, I want to see Knuckles in that situation. Show me a flashback where it's him talking to Christopher Lloyd fucking character, you know? Like actually showing him fight the like dragon or whatever and getting the flames. I'm like, it would have been so hyped. But
you're right, but it's weird because it feels like even though the movies were super successful and they really helped kick off the video games are now a comic book thing. It still felt like Paramount was like, I don't know.
They didn't have faith in this.
That's what I'm saying. They're like, I know the movies were successful, but do you guys think this will work? It's their biggest streaming show of all time, by the way.
Okay.
Already.
Right. So it's like you should have had a little more faith, you know, and I don't think we'll get a season 2. His story will just be fleshed out.
I think we'll get a different character focus for a second season. They're going to do something else with another character. That's what they'll do.
I would take like a prequel Tales show because he does a
how he gets here.
He does a huge lore dump. Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like at the end of the first movie, he like pops up and he's like, "I get Sonic."
I was an outcast on my world because I got 2 tails and you're different, so we should be different together. You know, I'm totally not like gay for you or anything. We're gonna. I'm gonna give it a 6.3.
Wow,
that's pretty high. Okay, I'm gonna give it a 5.5.
Oh wow, it's pretty low.
Yeah. Well, it's just like when you think about what Sonic 3 is about to do, and it's like I just want that. Like, give me Shadow, give me Sonic, give me Eggman. I
appreciate, though, the giving us a little depth and like letting Wade shine.
Is this going to reference that at all? Is Wade going to have a bigger role now that he's like leveled up?
I think he doesn't. I think the reason we're getting a Wade show is because he's getting trimmed from 3 because you got to bring Keanu in. I do. I think you start. True. There's only so many characters, so you got to start cutting. So, hey, look.
How big of a role is James Marsden going to play in this 3rd movie?
So I'm saying he'll probably have a minimized role compared to the last 2.
Yeah, Tom's out of town.
He already got bumped. They did the Tom has to get the Alvin and the Chipmunks thing. Like he's got to go get married in Hawaii. See ya, and then you don't see him again until the end of the movie.
Yeah, he's like, hey guy, I thought we were gonna get a fucking James Marsden cameo in this show.
Can't believe we didn't.
I'm surprised the show ends with them riding off into the fucking sunset, and I was like, that's
it. They did like the slow-mo high five. That's literally how it ends.
Oh yeah, and then roll credits. And then we get like an after.
No, you're my friend or whatever. Like some cheesy line, and they both laugh and jump up and high five. And
I thought he was gonna go back home. I thought we were gonna get another like 25 minutes of him talking to Sonic and Tails and be like, "Oh, I was grounded."
So how was your week?
Snuck out. Yeah. Anything? No.
Yeah, it was pretty abrupt.
Just ends.
It was abrupt.
Fucking, and then he goes, "That's my jam," and then rides off.
My name's I am the warrior. Yeah, we paid a lot for that, so I'm gonna use it.
Every single chance we get, bro. They do the flying thing, which I appreciate. We finally get Knuckles gliding.
It was a funny line, too.
He jumps off the plane in the second one.
You can fly?
No, I can glide, but only for short distances, which is like a Knuckles thing. Yeah. It's like he can glide in the like Sonic book.
Description. Yeah,
he's like reading glide, but only for short distances. Yeah.
Oh, but that's the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And they do the ET thing?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah!
Watching it just for Wade that's what I'm saying.
The second episode where he's like, I'm gonna do this with the fireworks.
They did the classic show you, but then the twist that it's not actually happening. But then it's actually funny when
it was so funny
when it backfires.
It was so fucking funny.
And he doesn't know what to do, so he just stands there while it backfires. Like,
and then he still beats him. Like what, bro? You don't need to level up. Like you should have at least gone through basic police training to be a cop in Green Hills. He can't be that. He can't be that incompetent. He's not Pulp Art Mall Cop. You know.
That's what they're trying to paint him as. Like, dude, you already kind of been involved in helping save the world with these guys, so like you're not
incompetent. But this show like resets him. Like you start a new video game and it's the sequel, and it's like, well, you don't have any of the powers because it's
because of reason.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's Knuckles. It took us too long to get here, but yeah, we did it, and we spoiled the shit out of it because probably everyone's seen it. Paramount's biggest show, so if you haven't seen it, you don't give a shit, and you just want to watch people rip on it. So. Hey,
so thanks for watching.
I couldn't be more excited for Sonic 3, though. It didn't wane my...
No, it was still good enough. That's what I'm saying. They didn't, like, whiff. It wasn't like, oh, no.
I just want, like, one reference to this show in Sonic 3. Like, Knuckles has headphones on and he's listening to the song.
That's probably what it'll be.
Right? That's fine. You know, he's got, like, a MP3 player
or they'll have some kind of bowling trophy in the background.
A bowling trophy in the background. God, that would be fucking... I thought Knuckles was going to bowl.
I did, too.
And he would have to take off his gloves and show his real hands.
Weird fingers and a fat, nubby little... It won't fit in the bowl.
It has real person hands.
That's even better.
They're just red human hands.
Gross. That's gross.
Was a PG-13 horror movie like every other PG-13 horror movie you've seen in probably the last 2 decades. The standard group of friends discover something or hear a story about something that they shouldn't do or stay away from, but yet they're all compelled to do it anyway. And then, of course, the thing that they were warned about comes true and starts picking them off one by one. It is textbook PG-13 horror. And it's a horror comedy,